Broadcasting live, it's Cream Pie Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And now for your hosts, give it up for Josh and Rick.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's just get started.
You're listening to 103.5 The Cream.
I'm in a new chair. I got a new chair. I feel like Dr. Evil. I got armrests. Yeah, not bad, huh? Not bad. What do you think there, Creamers? Looking good, huh? Yes. It doesn't squeak either, but I can rotate without squeakage.
You're creaming in style, my friend.
Indeed. We cream onward. Dude, you just got back from a fucking trip and a half, huh?
Yeah, I feel like I just took a freaking red eye, dude. I'm freaking beat.
Yeah. You have today off?
So, yeah, I took a vacation day.
That's good.
Yeah, freaking, so Thursday I worked till noon, and then I dropped the pups off. Clive came over. Then Friday we drove to New Jersey. So, I'm just going to kind of tell a little story to start the pod off this week, if that's okay.
Story time, baby. Let's go.
So, the parking lot opens at 1. Doors open at 4:30. Show starts at 6. So that's basically the lineup.
Yep.
So we get to the parking lot around 3:30 on Friday. I'm like, all right, man. Well, we got to kind of hit it hard because we only got an hour and a half until we really want to go inside. So in that time, there were many beers drank, a lot of shotgunning, a lot of shots, some mixed drinks. We were there for 90 minutes and we did some work. Fast forward 1 hour. We're sitting at our seats. We just ate hot dogs and have some beers in our hands. I look at Clive and he's doing the whole.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, what are you doing? And I see him pick up the food tray and I'm like, what are you doing? He just throws up at the food tray at the seats. And not every seat is taken, but everybody around us is like looking and shit. I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. So like, I won't give the rest of the details, but he had to clean it up, blah, blah, blah. There was still some like on the seat and stuff when he was done.
Oh my God.
And then, so for the first 2 bands, we sat there, and then some guy came by and he's like, yo, I think you're in my seat. I'm like, no, we're 249, 11, and 12. He's like, oh, no, we're A, you're B. I'm like, all right, man, they're your seats. So we got up to the thing, and Clive's like, yeah, these aren't bad. I'm like, yeah, dude, imagine like showing up to a Metallica festival and like you get to your seats and some drunk dude just threw up in your spot.
That sucks.
And you're going to sit down and be like, what the hell is that smell? And everybody around you knows. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, you guys are dirt bags.
he cleaned it up, but it's like, dude, you're a grown man. I'm not going to clean it up for you. Like we went to the bathroom at like right after and it took him like 20 minutes just to gather himself. And it was like, dude, I don't want to go and like kick in a stall and have to drag your ass out of here because you can't handle your shit. And I'm fine saying it because he's not going to watch the pod, but it's like, dude, come on.
What is he? He's like, what, 25 now?
Yeah, he's the same age as Cam.
Yeah, that's same birthday, same exact age as Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, born in the same day. Born, couple babies born, couple little bros. That reminds me of that time Kyle Ham threw up at the Barley House. Remember that? Did I ever tell you about that?
I wasn't there, but I know the story.
He sucked down one too many beers. I was just chugging IPAs and he couldn't keep up, and so he puked right on the fucking steps. And there's only one door to get in, and then it froze because it was like December, so there's just frozen puke.
You should be banned from an establishment for pulling something like that. Like, how much worse do you have to get before they're like, all right, put this guy's picture up on the wall? You know?
Yeah, dude, that's
freaking awful.
It's fucking nasty. Yeah,
that's yeah.
How'd the concert go? Was it a good concert?
No, concert was sick, dude. Yeah, it was just so the first day it was Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen, so Van Halen's son.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So he was the opener.
Nice.
And then I went to Pantera, and it had Phil Anselmo or whatever.
Yep.
Like the actual singer, because I know he was like all drugged up for a long time. So, but he was out there. He was sober. Zach Wilde was his guitar player for Pantera.
Oh, really?
It was sick, dude. He comes out, and I'm like, Clive's like, is that? I'm like, yeah, dude, that's freaking Zach Wilde.
That's sick.
And Clive's like, yeah, he's toured with everybody, dude, but he's like,
yeah.
I would say he's probably like the hottest free agent guitar player in the world, for sure.
Yeah. He's been on tour with a lot of bands, huh?
Might as well.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that's sick.
And then Metallica, it was cool because they had like a round stage that they like walked all the way around. there was a pit on the inside and then a pit on the outside. And
Oh, so they had like a big round. Was it in a football? Oh yeah, you said it was at MetLife, right?
it was at MetLife, yeah.
Yeah. So they did like the round stadium thing. That's cool.
Yeah, and they had like giant like TV monitors up on like stands, and
Yeah.
halfway through each day they would drop out these. They must have been 4 feet in diameter, like giant beach balls, like black and yellow Metallica beach balls.
Oh yeah.
And you're just watching. The first night I missed it. Like I looked up and I'm like, how the hell are there 50 beach balls? Like they just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And Clav's like, no, they dropped from the monitors. So what they do is they inflate them, they stick them up there, and they drop them. But yeah, the first day I was real confused. I was like, where the hell did those come from, dude?
Remember that time we went to that Wiz Khalifa concert? We blew up a bunch of condoms and we're throwing them around.
Wow. Yes, I do remember. I would have never thought of that memory if you had not brought that up.
For some reason, they were giving out free condoms. There was like a Trojan thing there, like a Trojan stand. So they just had boxes of free condoms. So we just grabbed handfuls of rubbers and then we blew them up as big as we could, tied them off and threw them like balloons. And by the end of the concert, there were like 20 giant inflated condoms just bouncing around the crowd.
You started a movement, dude. Everybody was doing it. You were literally the first person to think could do that. And everybody's like, wow, that guy's a genius.
Genius. Fuck yeah.
But yeah, and then Saturday there was a film festival. So we went to the Gramercy Theater in New York City.
Oh, nice.
And then that was just, it was Cliff 'em All and then Cunning Stunts. That's what it was.
Cunning
Cunning Stunts. So that was like a concert thing from '98, and then it was like a Mexico tour or whatever. We went to a cover band
Cunning
Saturday
Stunts.
night.
Yep.
So there's supposed to be 3 cover bands. The last one didn't show up, so the lead singer of the second band was like, well, since the third band wasn't able to get here today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play their set except with everybody from the 2 bands. So I was like, how the hell is this gonna work? They just had, I mean, it was a small stage, but from right to left there was 2 basses, 2 lead guitars, and 2 rhythm guitars, and then there was like 1 drummer, and the other drummer's just kind of like sitting around with his dick in his hand.
Yeah.
And they're all just like jamming, dude, and they're all in sync. I'm like, this is like pretty, like I haven't seen that many guitars on stage. Like I thought that was wicked cool.
It's like Boston. The band Boston's got like 10 fucking guitarists or some
really?
shit. They just have a lot of members. Yeah.
But yeah, that was dope. And then yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, Sunday was just it was like 5 Finger Death Punch and then Ice 9 Kills. But we showed up at like 1:30, so we kind of stretched out the drinking.
Nice. Yeah.
So
we take it easy, man.
Definitely drank more yesterday, but yeah.
Dude, I don't know how you still do it. You're still chugging those beers. Like, I can't do that shit anymore. I have 1 beer. So I went 4.5 weeks. I cut off the booze. I on Friday night, after my set, I had a pretty good set. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to have a beer and a burger. I'm fucking starving, you know? So I went and got a burger and 1 beer. And then I had like 1.5 cocktails after that. Max. Dude, headache all day Saturday. I was like, your body doesn't, you know what I mean? My tolerance is just gone, I guess. Like my liver's like, fuck, I thought we were done with this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But dude, I can't drink like more than 3 beers in like an hour. Or I'm just like, oh, it's just a gastro thing, you know? I just want to puke. I don't know.
Well, each of the days we started off the Blue Moons. So I was drinking Blue Moons in a parking lot. And yesterday was sunny. Like,
right.
I put on sunscreen as soon as I got there, man.
Yeah.
Like, I was baking, but yeah, having the Blue Moons, and then Clav's like, well, let's shotgun some Bud Lights, and it's like, dude, I can shotgun 1, maybe 1.
Right? Yeah, those are heavy. Those Blue
Some
Moons.
guy walked by and he's like, you want to shotgun this? And he hands me like a 12% IPA. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why would you ask me that question?
Did you say yes?
Like, I said no. I'm like, I'm not gonna drink like a freaking. It was like a green IPA. I'm like, I'm not doing that, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's like, you ever have the boom sauce?
Yeah, the fucking stout or whatever the hell.
Yeah. Have like 2 of those to start the night. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, those are like desserts, man. Woof. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Good trip. Yeah, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon for all you creamers know. The magic of editing, baby. No, it's a Monday. We're doing this on a Monday because Rick was traveling, as he said, on Sunday.
Yep.
So I just finished up work, hit the gym, got fucking good pump on. Good fucking pump. Chilling here. I got 1 week. I got 1 week left to prepare for this comedy competition that I'm entering. So it's a big comedy thing in Charlotte. It's 3 nights. I think 12 or 16 comedians each night. The top 4 each night move on to the finals in September. So, yeah. But it's like they vote, they have judges, and then the audience votes. So I feel like guys are going to show up with like their fans and stuff. I don't really have fans,
Well, just ride the wave, man. Are you do you have your material down, or are you still working on it?
Yeah, it's a solid 5. So I probably have 15, 20 minutes of material, and I can whittle that down to a really good 5, I think. Yeah. Yeah, my Lizzo jokes, I put them on. Did you see them on Instagram? Dude, some people were not happy. Man. Some bigger ladies. Boo.
Yo, I'm pretty fat myself, but goddamn, do I love me some fat shaming, dude. I think that's like the funniest like art form, dude. I mean, I'm an awful person, whatever, but like,
yeah,
it's like that stuff about Gorlock the Inhaler, the Destroyer, that huge chick, dude, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I thought that was like prime internet action right there.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
No, you're not.
Whatever, dude.
It's funny because I feel like fat guys, nobody cares. You can make fun of fat guys, but then women, they feel a little bit worse for, you know what I mean? Like you make fun of fat chicks. Like, you could talk about a guy's big old fat gut and everybody thinks it's hilarious, but the second you make fun of a lady, but dude, I wouldn't make fun of Lizzo if she wasn't a cunt. She just sucks. Like if she was a nice lady and was not all arrogant about her fatness and was actually talented in some sort of way, then I wouldn't make fun of her. What was her best accomplishment? She came out and played a flute once with her fucking gut jiggling. No, and then she had that whole show where it was like big ladies dancing or something. It was the whole premise of the show was she was having a dance competition and she invited a bunch of like obese women to dance. And it was like the whole fat and proud movement thing. I don't get that. That aggravates me.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago, but didn't she get caught doing like sexual harassment or something?
Yeah. That's what I was talking about on stage. So she made her dancers and a trip to the red light district. I think that's in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah. She
supposedly forced them to eat a banana out of the pussy of a stripper or something. And they didn't want to do it. So my joke is like that them bitches will eat anything, you know? But yeah, pretty nasty shit. And then according to them, she was also fat shaming them, which is like hypocrisy at its finest.
Are they just as big as she is?
I don't know.
Does she get like girls that are bigger than her, so like she looks smaller on stage?
Right, like a midget among dwarves.
Like what kind of like psychology do we have going into this freaking like dance that we can do once every 2 days because we all run out of breath? Like what's the deal here?
Yeah, I don't know.
They've got like an ice cream sundae just like off stage, just like, yeah, you guys just dig in whenever.
Yeah, it's like craft services is literally just Kraft mac and cheese and fucking hot dogs and ice cream sandwiches and shit.
It's like a pig trough, and there's just like guys with like 5-gallon things of ice cream. They're just constantly scooping in there and just chucking it in there. There's guys dicing up strawberries, just like, hurry up. They're running low.
They're running low. They need another shortcake.
Just
we
like
need more shortcake. Dude, so I was leaving. I had a spot on Wednesday. I always do Wednesday open mic, and I was leaving, and there's a restaurant right next to the open mic, and this person who looks exactly how you would expect them to look is walking to their car, and they don't know I'm a comic. I'm just walking behind them because I just left, and short hair, dyed, gauges, college age, woman, I think. I mean, who knows how they identify these days? But they're like, "Oh, is it comedy night next door?" And she's talking to her friend, and her friend's like, "Yeah, I think it's Wednesday, right? Wednesday they do comedy." And she's like, "Ugh, I've been there a couple times during comedy. It's not even funny. It's so like misogynistic." And then she gets in her car and they both drive away. And I'm just like, I laughed, and then they looked at me and they didn't know I was a comic. I hate when, what do these people think comedy is, first of all? Do they think that it's just people going on stage and saying things that they truly think and believe? And if you don't agree with it, it's not funny? Because half the time, like misogynistic bits on stage are funny because it's wild, crazy shit that nobody actually thinks. That's why it's funny. You're saying shit you're not supposed to say, or making observations that most people don't make, or trying to prove a ridiculous point. Do you know what I mean?
I think the problem is that every day it's winter and we're surrounded by snowflakes. I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
I think people are like 10 ply, soft, like a bunch of fucking, like, suck it up.
Yeah.
If I'm going to see a comedian, if he doesn't say something that like slightly offends me, I don't think they're doing a good job.
It's like,
know?
that's the kind of comedy I like. Comedy could be anything that's funny, but sometimes comedians say shit they don't mean, like dark humor comedians, you know? Like, but then that same broad with the gauges gets in her car and puts on like a rap song talking about bitches and killing people and has no problem with that because it's art. But then you look at comedians, and for some reason, people think because comedians are just talking on stage that they're not acting in some sort of way. Like that's who they are. They're just having a conversation. But dude, they're characters. Like we're doing an act.
So what successful comic is big but is not edgy? Everybody, to be a comic, you have to like push, like even Eddie Murphy, he said offensive things. You know, everybody, you have to, like that's the lane you got to go. You can't get up there and be freaking PG all the time, like making jokes about being a dad. Like, yeah, okay, well
there's some
you're on a YouTube video. That's about
like
it.
Brian Regan, Jim Gaffigan, Jerry Seinfeld. You know, there's clean comics, and you could be a clean comic if that's the route you want to go. Some people think it's harder to do that, which I could see the argument for that, but I don't necessarily buy that. But you can't get mad at comics saying offensive shit. Like that's the last avenue of free speech. You know, it's like the comic's job to say offensive shit sometimes, or push the edge or the envelope, like you were saying. So I don't. Well, like, what does this bitch want to do for comedy? Does she want to go to a show? Like, she's like, it's so misogynistic. And just the way she said that, like, just wrote it off. Like, what does she want to see on stage? Does she want people to go up there and, like, echo what she believes? Exactly. How the fuck is that funny?
Yeah, I want to see somebody go up there and say exactly what I want them to say, because then that way I'll feel better about myself. That's dumb as shit.
Hilarious, dude. So funny. Such a good comedy show.
Delivery was so on point. It's just insane.
Yeah. You know, there are comics that do that. And I've noticed, I won't say names, but they'll say something progressive on stage and they get like clapter is what we call it. Like they'll make and by the way, women have it hard. And then everybody will, yeah. And they'll all like kind of clap just to like get a reaction from the audience. But then the good comics will turn around and be like, hold on, not done yet. And then they'll say something fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Get them on your side and bring them back down. You know, that shit's funny. But yeah, clapter is not what I'm looking for, man. Yeah, I don't really know somebody from South Carolina that hangs blinds, deafs, and retardeds.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a completely made up story. I don't really have a black neighbor that accused me of stealing his mail and he tried to blackmail me. Like that's all just made up. It's made up shit.
Well, it's like the same thing with music, dude. Sometimes I'll write stuff that I haven't done, you know.
It's art. Eminem's not really a serial killer.
No.
You know?
He doesn't really hate his mom.
I mean, he might.
Yeah, he probably does.
But yeah, Denzel Washington can't really kill people with his bare hands. I mean, maybe he could. He's kind of a badass.
Yo.
Yeah.
Pee-wee died.
I know, dude. His big adventure finally came to an end.
God damn.
Yeah, R.I.P. Pee-wee. Yeah.
I think I saw one of those cassettes when I was like a kid, maybe once, but I never owned them. I didn't really got into, but growing up, I always knew who he was. And that was before the internet and stuff, but he was just, it was like, you knew him, you knew Miss Frizzle from whatever Magic School Bus. Like, I don't know, but
Pee-wee, baby.
It's funny because did you know Rob Zombie was a PA on his show when he was younger?
Oh, really? No, that's cool.
That was like his first
no shit. Pee-wee's Playhouse
real exposure. Yeah, he was like lowest on the totem pole at Pee-wee's Playhouse.
You know, Pee-wee had really good timing. Like he was pretty funny. And dude, a grown man in a suit with a bow tie like turned like into like a thing. Like think about that. Like it's crazy. Yeah, he was funny. You ever see Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
I believe so. That was like and his house is all trippy, like his couch had a mouth and
it's like psychedelic. Like
everything would talk to him. He was just tripping the whole time.
He's just tripping balls in a suit. Yeah. Oh, that was Tim Burton's first film that he directed. Was Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I didn't know that was a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could tell if you rewatch it. It looks a lot like his style. Yeah. Weird, right?
Yeah, he was born in 52, so he's 2 years older than my dad. So he was 71.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Pee-wee, baby. Yeah, what else happened? Fucking, didn't somebody else die too? Yeah, people, it's so weird now that we're getting older, just all these people that are old are dying. I mean, you kind of expect it. People in their 70s, 80s.
Well, Hector Salamanca from Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw he croaked too.
He passed away.
Yep.
I would never know his real name. He could be John Smith, and I would never guess that. But
I'm guessing that's not his name.
No, probably not.
Yeah, that'd be funny if he died in real life the same way he did in the show, just with a fucking bell.
Blows himself up in the nurse's office. Or nursing home.
I always thought that guy, what's his tits there? The black dude.
Gus Fring?
Yeah, I always thought he looked like Obama. You ever think that? Kind of looks like Obama.
He kind of had the same swag about him. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think, yeah.
I still haven't finished freaking Better Call Saul. So for all the creamers that watched the first 5 episodes of this, and we talked about Better Call Saul every week,
oh yeah,
I still have not finished it, dude.
Dude, like I said before, I just got sick of it. I was like, I don't care anymore. Whatever happens, happens.
It's like a waste of time. It's like, I don't even know how the story ends, dude.
We already know how the actual story ends because it's a prequel. So we already know this leads to the beginning of Breaking Bad. So whatever. You know? Is Mike, obviously Mike is still alive because Mike is in Breaking Bad, so he can't die in Better Call Saul. So you know, like, certain characters aren't going to die. But are they still doing that thing where they're putting a shitload of makeup on Mike and pretending he's 20 years younger?
I was going to say that with Hector Salamanca. It's kind of wild that in Breaking Bad, he played such an older man.
Yeah.
And then they're like, shit, we have to make him look 20 years younger. And he's aged 15 years in real time.
Right. Yeah, so you got to age him backwards 35 years now.
Get like a slingshot with makeup and just punch him in the face. Just like fill all those canyons in his face with some cream or something, dude. Some extra cream.
What they do sometimes, they'll like put something behind your head to like pull your skin back. So like there's a clip behind your head. I swear to God, they had to do that for like Howard Stern for his movie. They had to like tie his face back. So it pulls, it's almost like a fake temporary facelift to make your skin tighten up. Yeah, but nowadays they kind of do it with the, you don't watch Gemstones, do you? The Righteous Gemstones?
No, but I was probably going to start soon.
It's good. It's really good. It's Danny McBride and what's his tits there? John Goodman is the dad. Yeah. And they run a mega church.
Adam Devine too?
Yep. He's the younger brother. So him and they're brothers in the show. Yeah, but it's a good show. But they do flashbacks with John Goodman because he's like the dad and the head preacher that owns the church and stuff. And they'll do like a 20 years ago flashback. And they've gotten pretty good, man, with like the deep fake stuff because they make him look 20 years younger, but you could kind of tell it's CGI, you know? Like the same shit they did with The Irishman with, you know.
Yeah, some of those side-by-sides blew my mind, dude.
Yeah, it's close. They're pretty damn close being able to do it and make it look legit. It looks a little off still, a little too shiny. You know, he's a little too smooth around the edges.
Well, they did that with Gus Fring, too.
Oh, they did that now with,
Yeah, because they did it in, he looked like young Obama. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, dunk on your ass in the backyard, Obama. 360 windmill, baby. Let's go.
Did Obama play basketball?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I still can't get over his chef drowning. That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Did you see he was on the golf course like 3 days later and he had like a black eye and bandages on his fingers?
You were saying that, but I didn't know if you were being serious.
Yeah, I swear to God.
That's not suspicious.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Maybe he was so upset that he punched himself in the face and shattered a mirror.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows, dude? I don't trust anything anymore. I'm like one of those people that I would have been like a conspiracy theorist back in the day.
He was paddleboarding and he drowned or swimming?
Yeah, his chef was paddleboarding and his chef was a good swimmer. There's like videos of him swimming and shit. And then he drowned in like a pond.
I am an awful swimmer and in awful shape, but I could probably swim my ass out of a pond.
I mean, I just don't understand how you drown paddleboarding, because even if you fall off, if you're on a pond, you're not going to hit your head on anything except for the paddleboard. And then even then, are you going to knock yourself unconscious? The whole thing is shifty, and there's no news coverage on it. It's just weird, you know?
It was probably all the muscle relaxers that Obama slipped into his coffee before the freaking breakfast.
He had to give him extra opiates after he butt fucked him.
Yeah. Do you think he wears a mask when he does that?
Probably.
Like a Jason mask, just
he goes blacker face. He just Jesus Christ.
Canceled.
Oh man, I'm just waiting for the day. I'm seeing Sloppenheimer after this, by the way. We got tickets.
Finally. So did you get your hands on a wheelchair or no?
Yeah, we had to buy one from the Goodwill. Well, it was out front. I don't know if it was for sale. We just took it.
There was something. There was something sleeping in it. Josh just hit the ground. Whatever is holding his phone did not hold up its end of the bargain here.
I kicked you.
Oh, he's all excited over here.
You can cut this. You can cut this if you want, or you can keep it.
I might cut. Yeah, I'll cut it.
Maybe a little behind the scenes action for the Creamers. I just kicked over Eric. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm pumped, dude. We got a 5:45 showing, so we're gonna head out right after this podcast. We got a middle third row back. So it's a little close to the screen, but it's been a while since I've been in an IMAX, so it's probably fine.
Was that because all the other seats were taken?
Yup.
That's still not awful. I was with you when we went and saw Pandora, right? We were front row.
Avatar, yeah.
Avatar.
Yep.
I say Pandora. Yeah.
Yep, that's the planet.
Yeah,
Close.
that's the planet.
Yeah, dude, that hurt my neck. Couldn't move my head for a week. I was like you a couple weeks ago.
Just freaking imagine, Creamers, it's just like you're literally front row. The screen is as far as you can see left and right, and you gotta look straight the fuck up. That was awful, dude.
It sucks when you actually have to move your head to see what's going on.
That was like the worst. The worst way to spend $16 is like, all right, I'm gonna do this for the next 3 hours.
Man,
are you kidding me?
Back when in 2009, when an IMAX ticket was only $16, now they're like 28.
Like, why do they have seats that far close to the screen?
I know, but they just want to
like
fill it up.
Like in the
as
real
much
world,
as
you
they
shouldn't
can.
have any seats like the first like 20, 30 feet or something, dude. I don't know.
There's some fucking nerd out there doing calculations where how many bad reviews can we get and still make money?
Yeah.
You know?
Loss prevention. Yep.
Because everybody in the front row is going to think it sucks. Especially with the 3D. You got 3D glasses on. That bitch makes you dizzy if you're too close. You're like
that was
cross-eyed.
so trippy because, the whole time we had double vision. It was like, we couldn't appreciate it, dude.
Yeah.
I bet we spent like $21 on this fucking movie.
You think? Here's a question for you. If you know how the old 3D glasses were one side red, one side blue, and that's how they did it because it was double, and you know what I mean? What about colorblind people? If they were to wear the red and blue glasses, they just not see the 3D because red and blue are the same color for them, kind of?
Yeah, because it wouldn't have the same effect because it would be how the eye perceives
the
color. Yeah.
So they just see like a 2D movie. So they're like, this is fucking stupid. Why did I pay extra money for this? You know what's crazy? The amount of people that are colorblind is staggering. Like people don't realize. It's like 1 out of every 8 guys. Men.
Really?
It's like way more than I thought. That might be high,
crap.
but it's something like that where it's like 10% of all people.
Yeah, I had a coworker that was colorblind. He said he didn't know till he was like middle school.
Yeah, most people don't.
He just did like different shades of gray, like he just knew what they were.
Yeah.
Had no idea. No idea.
It's weird because if you look at, because there's 3 cones in the eye, right? So usually one of them is fucked up and you only have 2. So you kind of see everything as a shade of those 2 colors rather than all 3. But then you hear about like the mantis shrimp that has like 17 cones in its eye or something wild. Like a creature that's dumb as fuck has a brain the size of fucking human hair. and they have like 17 cones in their eye. We only have 3. So they have colors that they can see that we can't even possibly perceive. Like, how do you explain a color to somebody that's never seen that color? It's not possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because we couldn't even accurately depict what that would look like in a film or something, unless just make it like super DMT trippy kind of deal. No,
because every color we see is some sort of, it's derived from those 3. So there's no way to add a 4th. It would be, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be possible to comprehend it. You know, like, how do you explain the color green to somebody that's never seen it?
Yeah.
Well, it's like trees. For them, they're like, oh, I've seen trees, but they don't know what green is, you know? Isn't that weird?
I always wondered what would happen if you grabbed somebody from like the 1500s and smacked them in the world today and see how long it would take to just blow their mind. Like, you pull your phone out and they would think that you're like a wizard or something.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what the hell is this thing? You know?
Yeah. Even 20 years ago, it would blow people's minds. Like a smartphone?
I mean, we're getting to the point now that people that are in like their 80s have seen so
much.
Like, landed on the moon.
Yeah.
The iPhone.
You know what, though? Not much happened between like 1970 and 2000, other than the invention of the internet, which wasn't even popular in households yet. So
no, it took the internet a long time to catch on.
Right. So all those advances we kind of saw at 30 years old. We've kind of seen all that because most of it's in the past 20 years.
Yeah, because I mean, you could have the argument that the cell phone is the biggest technological advancement we've ever had.
Right. And that was during our life. You know, I mean, when we were little kids, people had the fucking little bricks that folded open, but that was rare and not the same.
Fuck a spaceship. Get me an iPhone 11, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I got the fucking 14, I think it is. It's the same as the 10 that I had before.
Yeah, I got the 11. Clive has the 6S or something.
What the fuck?
Like I don't know. He's had one. I was like, how much you pay for that for a month? He's like $5. I'm like, tell me, describe your plan. He's like, well, I used my phone on the way down and I used data, but it was only like 7 cents worth of data. I'm like, get a fucking normal phone, you wacko. What the hell are you doing here, dude?
I didn't even know people still had the 6. That's crazy.
I had the 6 until it literally got to the point that I couldn't touch the screen.
Yeah.
So to order a new phone, I had to hop on my computer and then buy one.
I've had good luck with phones. I've cracked a screen once. I've had an iPhone for like, 10 years? Maybe more. But I cracked a screen once and I dropped one phone in a hot tub once out of all those 10 years.
I always have a case and I always have a screen protector.
Yep.
This is the way I roll, baby.
Yep. You know, now the screen protector, if you get a new phone, because I just got this one last Christmas, it's liquid. So they do it right at the store. Instead of like, you slap it on and peel it off, like those old school ones. Now they just bring it up. They're like, hey, do you want to add a screen protector to this? And you're like, sure. They're like, all right, it's $50. And you're like, wow, okay. And then they bring it out back and pour some liquid onto your screen and then it hardens. And then they bring it back out and your phone looks exactly the same as it did before they brought it in. It might just be a fucking scam. That's how I think about it.
They did it to you, and then the guy walks in the back and goes, yo, easiest $50 ever made, dude. Another white boy.
Yeah. He just wipes it on his sweaty taint and slaps it back to you.
Slaps it on the wall. Yeah.
$50. Yeah. Dude.
No.
What do you think about Megan Rapinoe?
I don't know who the hell that is.
Oh, what do you think about that annoying cunt with the green or purple hair that plays women's soccer?
Oh, okay. I don't know. Isn't she a legend or something? I don't know.
No, she's annoying. She's one of those people that's like anti-America, that's been invited to the White House a bunch of times and hates the country and, plays for the U.S. women's soccer team. And they apparently played like an under 15 boys team and lost, like the women's team, but whatever. She just kicked a penalty kick at the end of the, by the way, you probably didn't even know what happened. The world, what is it called? The World Series of Soccer? What, the Cup? The World Cup.
Is the USMT or something? Oh no,
I don't fucking know. I don't even watch soccer, but the big game of the year just happened. And they lost. Did you see her penalty kick?
No.
Dude, it went like 15 feet over the net. And that's how they lost.
In the words of my friend Cody Allen, women's sports.
Yeah.
No point. No, they're not bad. I mean, if you want to watch sports at a much less athletic level, like women's sports is for you. I think if you want to see people run slower and have to shoot the ball closer to the goal with a bigger ball, smaller ball, so it's easier to go in, you know?
Right. Or bigger, depending on the sport.
I saw a freaking... It was like the women's football league, like actual football, like tackle football and shit.
I didn't know that existed.
Either did I. But it was somebody retired. They played for like 22 years. This huge, like, she must be 300 pounds, like defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And she like retired and she was like an all-time legend in this league. And I'm like, this person has like more impressive accolades than Tom Brady. It would never get the recognition.
Yeah.
Because she plays a women's sport. And it's just, I didn't know that this league existed. And then I see this lady, she's like, wow, she's like 6'6" and she could knock over a house if she wanted to, dude. She's freaking bulldozer. Holy crap.
Dude, there's some women out there that are animals. Like, they're really athletic. Like,
yeah,
you know, and I don't have anything against women's sports. I just think that it's crazy that women complain they don't get the same pay and they don't watch their own sports, you know. But this Megan Rapinoe is, you know, like I said, I wouldn't have a problem with her if she wasn't annoying. But every time they have anything about the U.S. women's soccer team, she always has to be in the front, being the loudest, dancing, sticking her tongue out, acting like a jackass, stealing all the fucking spotlight from all the other people on the team. There's 11 people on the field at once. You know, you're not the main person, but it's all about her always. I just saw this video of her signing some kid's soccer ball, and she doesn't even look at him. She just scribbles on it and throws it at him and like looks the other way. She's such a fucking bitch. Like, I don't know what it is about her. Just everything in her essence is gross to me. You know, I really don't like her.
People just in general that act like they have a spotlight on them has always pissed me off, dude.
Ugh. She sucks, dude. She sucks. But
I say that as there's a fucking 10 lights on me right now. So
it's just in the whole thing where like she gets the soccer team to like kneel for the national anthem. It's different. I guess it's different if you're like in the NFL or if you're even in the NBA or something. But if you're representing America, like your team USA, you know what I mean? It's an international sport. So if you're kneeling for your national anthem, it's kind of like you're the only team that's doing that. Every other team in the entire world is standing for their national anthem, but you're kneeling for yours. Doesn't it make America look bad?
You get these kids in Norway, like, why are they kneeling? It's like, oh, they're protesting their own country. And they're like, fucking Americans, dude. Like,
right?
Why are they doing that?
And then she's always talking about, you know, equal pay and stuff, which I already made my point about that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't like her. But first of all, she's a famous white privileged women's soccer player that's worth a lot of money. That is like a cultural phenomenon. Everybody knows who she is. And she's complaining about oppression. Because she's a lesbian. But don't forget, she has a card. She brings her girlfriend on, or her wife or whoever, on the field and makes out with her in the middle of the field in front of the world every time she wins.
I would too, man.
Just wild. But yeah, that happened this week. So
I might have watched or read something about her because I think she's torn her ACL like 3 times, like twice in one leg, once in the other, and
yeah,
she comes back from it. It was like the approach of the article was, this person is like so inspiring. Like they came back from injury, they're one of the best. In college, they couldn't play. They're out for 2 years, and then something happened, and blah blah blah. And and reading, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Then I hear your story, and it's like,
yeah, she sucks.
Maybe this chick just sucks, dude.
I'll send you the video I saw of her with a soccer ball after the podcast real quick. She sucks.
you know who, there are very few athletes that can just kind of get away with whatever.
Yeah.
And I think Travis Kelce is one of them. Yep. I think he just gets obliterated at these like Super Bowl parades.
Well, he's like Gronk. He's like, they're both like the same kind of person.
Dude, yeah. They just get away with it. And then even like back in the day, like Dennis Rodman.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could be you could
He's
be
a
in
bad
like
boy, man.
you could be in Minnesota at a strip club and you'd be like, is that Dennis Rodman over there? It could be 4 a.m. and he's just like there just dropping it's like chilling with a bunch of strippers and it's like, man, that's different
Dennis
vibes,
Rodman literally is friends with Kim Jong-un and nobody cares.
I know, dude.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, he's a good guy.
I got a Dennis Rodman jersey. I must have been from Goodwill. And I wore it like first day of 8th grade, and my social studies teacher called me Rodman all year because I wore a Dennis Rodman jersey. And I'm like looking at all the shit he did like after that, and I'm like, all right, I didn't know who this guy was. I thought he had a cool name, and I knew he played for the Bulls, but I didn't know he was like a figure. I didn't know like he was like an alien in the freaking NBA.
Yeah.
Just so unlike everybody else, dude.
Yeah. Didn't he fuck Madonna? Or something like that? Didn't they have to come and get him? Like he was in Vegas just partying in the playoffs and they had to go drive and get him to come back?
Yeah, it was it was, I think it was the finals, but he basically said, I need like 36 hours to myself. And they said, all right, go. He grabbed a plane. He went to Vegas, got it out of his system, came back, and then he got like 30 rebounds that game. It's like back in the day, you could get away with that, and now you would just suspend the player, and the social media would just bury him. Like back in the day, like that's I kind of miss that we missed that era of like professional sports where everybody had an opinion, but you didn't have to hear it all the time. Like even like back in the day,
entertainment in general, actors, singers, rock stars. You know, there's every single fucking rock band that has existed before 2000 did some horrible things that by today's standards would be cancel worthy, you know, from groupies to like underage girls to partying to all kinds of whack shit, crazy shit, you know, nobody's canceling the Rolling Stones, you know,
or the Wiggles,
fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy.
Dude, I just booked a flight for the old bachelor party.
Hell yeah, brother.
I guess I have to see if I get a couple more days off of work approved, but I'm coming up September 11th. That's the time I'm flying in, and I'm leaving the following Monday. So I'm going to spend a couple days with my family. Guess how much my ticket was? Round trip.
$420.
$52, dude.
Are you shitting me?
Swear to God. I have no idea how I got it. And it's nonstop, 2 hours, whatever, both ways. And it's not a red eye. It like lands at 11 and then it lands back in Charlotte at 8.
To Manchester or
Boston.
Okay.
Spirit Airlines.
Oh, God. You're going to get fingered, dude.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah. So they charge extra for a carry-on bag, but they let you bring a personal item for free. So what I'm going to do is wear like 5 pairs of clothes on the flight. And just get there and back for $50, dude. I might have to rent a car and stuff though, so it's going to add up. But yeah, I was fucking blown away. Shit my pants.
Considering if you want to ride in a helicopter for 20 minutes, it's going to run you at least $50. Wow.
Probably more than that.
That's bananas, dude.
Fucking bananas, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
Wild.
Yeah, Emily was so Emily got back from Switzerland before the weekend, then she went to a bachelorette something or whatever, and I was asking about the plane because she flew from JFK in New York to Switzerland, wherever the fuck that is. Somewhere out there. Yeah. And she was like, so it went 2 seats and then an aisle and then 3 seats, then an aisle and then 2 seats. I'm like, and I was thinking about it, and it's like, I've never been on a plane that big before. Every plane I've ever been in was you walk down the center of the plane. Mm-hmm. There might be 3 on one side and 2 on the other, whatever it might be, but that's typically the biggest I ever seen it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Those international flights. I've been on, when I went to Hawaii, I was on one of those. The big fuckers.
Even like in television and movies where they have the stereotypical plane where there's 2 seats on each side and then there's 10 in a row in the middle. It's like, who the hell's driving a freaking mall in the sky, dude?
Yeah.
Why do you need to put so many people on this fucking plane? This is
some
ridiculous.
Planes, what's crazy is some planes have like 2 floors. Like the really big fuckers. I don't know what plane names or models or what they're called, but I've seen them where they're like, there's a second floor even. Isn't that crazy?
So how much longer does the runway have to be to get up to speed to get that fucker off the ground?
I don't know if it necessarily has to be much longer because they just have bigger engines. So they just compensate for the weight, you know?
I mean, it just blows my mind that something that can weigh that much like flies in the air. Like
isn't
that's
that
what blows
crazy?
my mind, dude. That's crazy.
You know what else is crazy is if you look this up, nobody knows how it works. They just know it works.
They just do it.
Yeah, like lift. Obviously, people are going to think this is stupid and that they know how it works, but they understand how things get lift, but they don't understand why. They just know that it works. Like there's no math behind it. This is like a weird fact. I know this sounds made up, but it's not. Like, look it up, you fucks. I already see you saying I'm retarded. Yeah.
Go fuck your left hand. God.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, if you just get fast enough, you know, that's all it is.
I wonder, like at the beginning of flight, how many failed takeoffs there were. And then those were like the first bloopers on camera.
Yeah.
And like the plane just crashes and everybody dies. And
Hilarious. Yeah. Imagine being like on the first commercial flight ever. Because they had been doing it in the military, obviously, and stuff. And, you know, but imagine being like on the first American Airlines flight ever in like the 50s or whenever it was. I would be shitting my pants.
oh yeah, dude. Even like the first flight over the Atlantic. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh man, that's got to be scary, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess they were flying around for a couple decades before it was commercial, right? Before they had like commercial flights.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they had been doing it, but still, like before the average person could get on a plane. And then back then, everybody was ripping butts and they gave you a steak dinner and there was room to sit down. Nowadays, it's like you get a fucking, you can't even get peanuts anymore because there's some fuckhead with an allergy in the back. So they just give you a little fucking cookie, like one of those cookies that they give you at church that tastes like the, you know, the body of Jesus. And they give you that little wafer ass motherfucker. They give you one of those in the plane and a fucking little tiny bit of Diet Coke and go fuck yourself. You're between two big fatties just sitting there sweating your fucking ass off, praying to God that this thing just crashes directly into the side of a mountain so I can end this pathetic existence on this horrible tin. You're in a fucking tube in the sky.
I want to see you get on a plane and there'll be 3 seats and there's 2 fatties on each side.
Yeah.
And they're dressed up like it's winter, but it's hot.
Yeah.
And you can see the
just
sweat from, you can see
yeah.
the sweat of their armpits and they're both sleeping, but they're both like, just like panting profuse. They're like dogs in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
And you're looking at your ticket and you're like, oh, well, at least if
like,
we crash, if I crash, I'm going to be safe, dude.
ma'am, excuse me, flight attendant. Are you fucking kidding me with this? You know, like
You like,
is
like,
this for real?
you see the guy sweating and you're like, what the hell? And you're like, is that maple syrup? Is this guy sweating maple? Is that Vermont maple syrup? This is amazing.
This is Mrs. Buttersworth. I'll be licking his tits all flight.
He's just got like a pancake under his tit. And he's like,
pancake titties, baby.
He's like, you want strawberries? He's like, no, I do not want strawberries.
Pulls a fucking strawberry vine out of his ass crack.
He just like, he's wearing like those shorts, but his calves are like 2 feet around and he just like shakes his leg a little bit and berries just fall out of the back of his pants. I wouldn't use most of those.
Fat guys do have enormous calves typically. You know, I kind of want to get like morbidly obese just to get giant calves and then get skinny again. They got to carry all that weight around. You know, there's muscle under there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I carry all my gut or my weight in my gut. I still got skinny legs and skinny arms, but it's all, it's all in my belly, dude.
Maybe it doesn't work then.
Yeah. I'm not an official fat guy.
You haven't got your badge yet in the mail?
Yeah. I got to hit 300 again.
Dude, I am all for kicking fatties off flights, by the way. If you're too fat, you need to ask for a seatbelt extender. You have to buy 2 seats. That's all there is to it, man. The seats are small enough. I'm sorry you're fat. You know?
You're on a plane and they kick these 2 people off and you're like, oh, what the hell happened? And the pilot gets on the intercom and goes, sorry, folks, we had to kick him off the plane because with the additional weight, we would not have made it. So
Yeah.
I made a executive call and they are off the plane and people start cheering.
Yeah. Start
And
chanting.
meanwhile, they got
kill
They
fatty.
got a pile of movie theater popcorn and candies just stocked up pile over in the corner. They couldn't take it with them. They're all
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. They should actually. They were talking about this on your mom's house. I don't want to take the bit, but they were talking about how they should just have airlines just dedicated for fat people, and everybody that's over like 400 pounds has to go on this one plane. You know, like farm animals, just like drag them onto the plane and strap them down.
Get like an escalator, and at the top it just curls back down and just dumps them into the middle of the plane. Just stack them like sacks of potatoes.
They're just fucking fat guys falling through the floor. Yeah. God, could you imagine being a flight attendant on that thing? Just all you hear is like snacks opening and wheezing the entire flight.
I'm praying that the landing gear doesn't just snap off when we hit the ground.
The landing gear. It's like 2 super giant tires the size of the plane are needed. The landing gear.
We're about we're elevated at about 35,000 feet. Just a reminder, we are out of barbecue sauce. So please stop asking we're not even serving food at this time, but please stop asking for barbecue sauce. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
What would you call the fat person airline?
Bumbo Airlines
Dumbo. It's like 2 big elephant ears for
or
wings.
Bumbo. Bumbo sounds like a fat guy name,
Yeah, Bumbo.
like a fat ass clown that just gets the shit kicked out of him on a regular basis.
I'm Bumbo the clown. That's great. That's gold. Yeah. You want to wrap a little bow on this, fatty?
Yeah, let's wrap it up, baby.
It's been another good one. Another good one, Cremas. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We'll be back in a week. And until then,
Stay creamy.
hey.